Dalvin Cook lined up behind Winston. Jameis flips it in the flat to the freshman. Ducks close down quickly.
Share the play.
Dalvin Cook back in. Winston fakes it to him. Rolls. A stiff arm to gain some space and scoots out. Ducks rush 4. Winston pressured, backpedaling. And now we'll just heave it down out of bounds. So Oregon owns.
Winston didn't have anybody to get the football to. You'll see these linebackers drop back. They sit back, take away the underneath routes. The other linebacker and safeties taking away the deeper routes. And eventually, Jameis Winston just... Jameis Winston.
Winston rolls, then comes back to the right, complete to Rashad Green, but hit at the stadium today, watching it on TV. Clock at 1. Winston gets the snap off. Fires over the middle into traffic, incomplete. He was looking for a receiver.
Again, 7 back into coverage. They're playing zone to keep their eyes on Jameis Winston. Keep those Florida State receivers in front of him. That's a heck of a throw deep in his own territory by Winston. He puts that ball where his receiver, actually Lane, should have made a play on the football, secured that for kind of attitude for Mark Helfrich.
So Winston back on first down. A high throw incomplete. Rashad Green was up, spelling the freshman Cook. Winston loops it downfield, has a man open and is caught. Knocked out of bounds, Travis Root.
Here, you see him right out here. You're going to read this defender. If he sits up, you're going to go over the top. If he drops back, then you're just going to make the easier throw underneath. This time, Christian French, it's tough for him to deal with those receivers out on the perimeter.
20-yard gain. Now the Noles playing with some tempo. Jesus Wilson on the edge. Another first down.
Or they fake the run and go play action.
Edwards lined up behind the tackle. Option look. Winston, keeper, reaches for the goal line. Touchdown!
On 4th and goal, Jameis loses ground, about to pitch, and then decides to cut underneath. Tony Washington grabs a hold of him, and it's really going to come down to his knee touch before he breaks the plane.
He looks
he
down.
may be down.
He's going to take a look at this.
Previous ruling of a touchdown is under further review. He was down with the ball short of the goal line. Ball will be placed at the 1/2-yard line.
Much room to work against this Oregon secondary.
They fake it to Cook on first down, and Winston has plenty of time. Thought about launching one downfield, now tried to get it to
the underneath throws with their linebackers. Every throw that he makes, you've got these receivers, and in this case, the tight end Nick O'Leary, they're just not used in it, but they're confident regardless of what the score is.
This is an important third down, though. Noles just 1 of 5. O'Leary makes the catch, shows the good hands.
A heck of a job.
Winston, play action on first down. Fires over the middle, complete, and that's Travis Rudolph. The
Winston to throw into. You're going to see right through this area, the linebackers clear out. A little bit of play action here. Nice job with protection. But right there, they finally give Winston a little bit of room to work with. And when you do that, he's accurate enough to make you pay for it.
Winston, straight back, flushed, chased, fires incomplete. That was Tony Washington off the...
Number 9 up at the top. Watch what he does here. He sees these linemen. Now he's just trying to find the back. And he just locks on to the back. And allows the pressure from Washington to get home to Jameis Winston.
He's a linebacker who can line. 3rd and 9. Winston fires a strike over the middle. 1st and goal.
Behind Hagan right here. Watch this linebacker. You're going to see a receiver come in right behind him. This ball has to be thrown quickly. The timing is very, very important. And throwing it on a line before the safety can come up and make a play on it to separate the receiver from the ball. He's got to throw it quick. There's Reggie Daniels coming in. Time for Jameis.
He's got single coverage as well. Winston looked that way. Green covered. Now fires into the end zone. Batted away, incomplete.
He gets his hands on his football. There's Coleman closing in. Watch him step in front of that, in front of Rudolph, get both his hands on that ball. Florida State very, very fortunate that Dargan does not intercept that.
Lined up to the right of Winston. Winston looking left, now back over the middle, fires, incomplete. There was a collision.
Freshman, remember the hamstring? It doesn't seem to affect him, but boy, they are locked up and pushing on each other.
Oh,
wow.
That's
No wonder Nick O'Leary's looking, what in the heck's going on here? Where's the call?
SEC crew for this team. Winston complete across the middle, coming out of the backfield
For the Noles.
Winston well protected. Plenty of time for someone to work free, and it's looped downfield and caught.
And great patience. Carlos Williams lines up right here. He's maybe the fourth option. I mean, he's a check down who just kept going down the sideline and got down behind Prevost down the right sideline.
Winston across the middle, caught by Lane, and the freshman takes a big hit. But as
You saw Prevost, you're going to see a route here and back to the inside. Two Ducks defenders run right into each other. Prevost, the previous play on that nice slant that they executed, took a big hit that time by Reggie Dan to find answers, making adjustments.
final minute of the half now. Winston again, ton of time, rolling out, taking off, and knocked down at the 10. 15 seconds. Winston fires, far side complete. It's an effective play, is from even farther. Short catch across the middle by Green, first down.
Just don't see it.
8 seconds to go. Winston fires. Oh, just off the hands of Rashad.
He's just a ball hawk. He goes in and throws his body in there.
So the second half, when Winston typically shines, they start from the 20, and Jameis fires over the middle, complete for a 20-yard gain.
Defense underneath, open up. The two linebackers separate. There's the window. Jameis made a throw early.
On 2nd and 9, Winston has excellent time, and again fires across the middle, complete for a first down. And then
Jimbo Fisher, he's attacking the interior of the Oregon defense. They're sitting back in cover 2, trying to keep everything and recognizing those crossing routes.
There's another first down throw. Again, over the middle, incomplete that time.
Against the Florida State O-line.
Dalvin Cook lined up deep. They fake it to him. Winston rolling back and fires underneath to the fullback, Stevenson, who's out.
Play and just work his way underneath. You combine that with the action, you get the linebackers out of position. A nice block there by Nick O'Leary. He's fallen off his back foot because of the pressure that he feels from pre-ball there to the big fullback.
Play action on first down. Winston pressured, loses the ball momentarily, picks it up, but is sacked.
And Jameis Winston, he's right here. Looks like he's in coverage. He'll sneak out, and then he'll come. Dalvin Cook doesn't see him because he comes so late. The line didn't adjust that way, so he comes free again. We've seen Prevost come free a lot off the edge of some delayed blitzes that the offensive lineman or the running back.
Play lost 11 yards. Play clock down at 1 as Winston just gets it away. Fires near side, incomplete. So far, Green hasn't been an impact player. 3rd and 21. Far sideline catch made, first down. It's Wilson.
Just make sure, just check that he gets his feet down for the first down. It's a nice catch, gets both his feet down.
Remember that play, Kirk, 3rd and 21.
Yeah, that is a huge play to keep this drive. He's going a little bit of tempo himself.
You're down a dozen points to a rolling offense. Keep the drive alive with a big conversion, and now Green, it's Rudolph motioning in the slot. Winston's going to throw. And they find the spot in the zone. It's Green beginning to get involved. First down in the red zone.
Jameis Winston uses it, but he does a good job of keeping him, Hardrick, away from where he needed to be to come over to be able to make a play on Rashad Green. Using his eyes to the middle, coming back, making a great throw on 3rd down to Green. And now, as you see, a lot more involved.
First down play action. Winston on the run. Fires back down near the goal line. Caught and reaching for the end zone.
How about the call here on 1st and 10? Great mixture of plays by Jimbo Fisher. Some runs, some throws, and on 1st and 10, Oregon Brisser.
again working the middle of the field and finding Cook
behind him.
They felt they could attack the Duck inside linebackers, didn't they? Winston breaks free. Knocked down across the 30, a first down. Play action on first down. Winston fires far side. Catch made by Herman Lane, who makes a man miss. Ducks knock him.
So unique and special to their teams.
No doubt. Here's an incompletion and gunned it near side for Rudolph, but it'll be
towards the line of scrimmage, and he stays out here. He wanted him to come there. He threw it more where he would be running downhill, and the young freshman instead.
But this is an important play. Ducks show pressure, then back off into coverage, but it's Cook underneath, losing the ball. Caught it and fumbled it. Reggie Daniels for the Ducks. A second turnover.
Loose, and this time it's Eric Dargan. The Noles have a first down. Well executed play, but again it's from behind. The senior Dargan rips that ball loose, and when it goes down there's nothing but green jerseys all over it to pick up another turnover by Florida State. That ball never seemed to be securely in the arms or hands of the young running back. Here's the leadership of Jameis Winston. A lot of football left.
19 minutes and 16 seconds to keep the back-to-back title dreams alive. Winston, short completion over the middle. The Ducks will give him that.
To be underneath.
On 2nd and 5, you saw Cook on the sidelines as they go to the senior Williams, spelling him.
Familiar with their tempo.
To an important 3rd and 4 off the timeout. Winston has time, delivers again across the middle. First down catch. Williams running across the 45.
The play we saw last time in the last possession, Cook make a play where he fumbled it. He came out of on the right to come out of the backfield on the right side. This time we have.
You fake it to Williams. Winston fires low and incomplete.
Keep the clock moving. Just want to keep everything in front of them and rally to the ball.
Rudolph on the edge, gets a block, gets free, and is knocked out of bounds at the.
They've done more than hold their own.
There's another 3rd down. They need 5. Winston pressured, delivers. Incomplete. Was a little bit behind Travis Rudolph.
Here in the middle, just open, just waiting for the football. By the time Jameis Winston saw him, it was too late.
They couldn't get the 4th down earlier, and they still don't have a 4th down conversion. All
Rashad Green.
Noles got to get 5. Ducks rush only 3. Winston has all day. Tries to escape, circles back, still alive. Loses the football. Ball comes out. It's scooped up by the Ducks, and Tony Washington streaking to the end zone.
Bridge by Oregon. They took away all of his reads early. He's trying to keep this play alive, and as he starts to scramble around, Carlos Williams was there to break free, but it's very tough to see him. And how about Tony Washington? He's the one, he left Carlos Williams in coverage to get pressure. And when he did, Jameis Winston just trying to keep the play alive, just fighting and struggling to try to make something happen.
That's the 3rd fumble recovery on the season. Really afford to be methodical now.
No.
They work the middle of the field again. And knocked down as Rudolph.
To the ball and keep that clock moving if you're Oregon.
Winston. Ball came out wobbly, picked off. It was out of the hands of Travis Rudolph. Another turnover.
Knock these footballs down, and you'll see it off to the left. 44, number 70. He gets his hand on the ball right there, deflects it, made it tougher for Rudolph to hold on to the ball, but then it goes out of his hands. And there is Dargan again. He's made a lot of big plays tonight for the Ducks defense. Had a strip that eventually led to a fumble and a touchdown for Oregon. This time off the tip ball from his teammate Buckner through the hands of the receiver Rudolph and into. They get a turnover, change the momentum. Boom! They turn up the accelerator.
Over the middle, into traffic, catch made. First down across the 40.
Look back since winning 8 straight.
That's a great point. The game was October 11th. They led 42-10 over the Bruins for a couple of late touchdowns. Winston a lot of time. And the catch made. Wilson trying to break free. Lost the ball again, and the Ducks have it. Another turnover, the 5th.
On this year as a sophomore, great protection, Wilson's there right away. The ball gets a little bit away from his body. These Oregon defenders are coming in trying to knock that football loose. That's exactly what they did.
Winston fires. A miscommunication. Leary was held up. It'll be 3rd and long.
Cool thing to have when your entire team, not just the offense but the defense, leads off of belief in who you are. And that's what I'll remember about him.
Winston delivers high, incomplete. Another pass